Tactical Analysis Gaming, coming at you live with Civilization 6. It's been a while since we've live streamed, so this is a welcome return to streaming. Yesterday something came up, so I wasn't able to do the stream, so unfortunately no Battle Brothers today. But we are going along with Civilization 6, where we are continuing our Korean campaign, where things are becoming quite interesting, yet maybe a little bit plateauy as we're getting into getting into the new groove of things. So today I'm trying out OBS Studio. I finally switched from Shadowplay to OBS. So if there are any kinks within the stream, please let me know. Again, this is a learning experience for myself to make sure the content is the best as it can be to you, the audience. So I hope you enjoy. If there's anyone new to the live stream, I welcome you. Well, please don't forget to follow me on Twitch to keep up with live streams, which I do twice every week for sure, usually on the weekends, and occasionally live stream on the week as well. So let us get into our Korean campaign.
For those who would steal your knowledge, treat them to a rain of rocket-propelled fire from your hwacha. Reach for the heavens, shrewd queen, and your people will reach with you.
Right. Also, if there's anyone, a minor update to the live streaming schedule. I'll no longer be live streaming Into the Breach, but there is a new series in the works that is related to Into the Breach, which will be coming out this Wednesday, which I'm really excited to share with you. So let's get to it. Okay, so we are in the industrial era, and right, let us remind ourselves of what is going on in the campaign here. Alright, so in the last live stream, we were able to conquer India. Over here, Calcutta, Srinagar, Delhi, and Agra. And we're able to consolidate our position on the western part of this continent, which is called... We're on Antarctica. Yes, Korea is on Antarctica. Of course. Where else would Korea go? Right. And our main opponent on this continent is obviously Congo, which is just ridiculously ridiculous, shall we say? Since, man, Congo has been sort of leveling with us with technology. So we've been in a arms race ever since, and what I'm trying to do is form up a defensive barrier using Yangsan, Calcutta, and Agra, and possibly Lisbon, to form up this iron curtain has descended upon the Korean civilization to defend ourselves from the inevitable conflict that will happen against Congo. So for technology, in fact, we are researching steel and going into combustion to start producing tanks and be able to defeat Congo, because I was trying to figure out, is there some way we can get a technological advantage over Congo? Because in terms of culture, Congo is already in the atomic era, and we're only in the industrial era, so we're not able to defeat Congo at their own culture game. And what we're doing with our culture is beelining towards suffrage, because I would like democracy, because I think we can win this particular campaign on a scientific basis through great people, and democracy I think is the best new government for great people. So also at the end of last stream, we encountered this absolutely annoying Spanish colony at Valladolid, which we are preparing to attack with our bombard and our knights, because I'm not having this. I am not having Spanish colonies on my continent. So there's that, and Scotland settled here in Cullen, which is the next target, because no, we do not dare allow foreigners to settle on this continent. So we're basically dealing with that at the moment, with military escalation against Congo. So that's what we're thinking of ahead. Also, we actually have finally an ally in France with Catherine de' Medici, who's in fact allied with us on the basis of a research alliance, which helps us out both, obviously, and research is the main gig with Korea. So in fact, we're actually going to ask Catherine if they want to establish a resident embassy. Yes, because I want to actually see where is France. Okay, so that's Paris. So it's this continent east of Congo, this way. Okay, interesting. I doubt most other civilizations would like a embassy. Right, we're about to go to war with Spain because our knights are in position and the bombard is in position, so we'll be able to take Valladolid very quickly. Good. And so far we're actually in a golden age in this industrial era, because we've been building so many districts and just basically being awesome, so to speak. Okay. Right, so with steel we'll be able to recruit artillery, battleship. So the one thing that as Korea we weren't able to expand on is the naval aspect of our civilization. So this is something to consider, and we sort of decided last live stream on the last session of our campaign that we're going to focus more on a land-based strategy. So probably end up facing against Congo rather than facing against whoever's out in the ocean, because we're not really that much of a colonial power. We're trying to consolidate and probably win this particular campaign with a science victory, even though it may not seem all that exciting, but that's how the conditions of this game have taken us. Also, we've settled down here in Chuncheon to get the oil down here, because we've already discovered oil off the coast of Gyeongju, which we can't get, and there's also oil up to the north here, which we also can't get because we don't have the technology, and the only source of oil that we do have is down here in Chuncheon. That's why we settled down here on this lake, to get the amber, horses, and to get this oil, which we will need for constructing our military to take down Congo, I think. Alright, with that being said, let us get ready for war against Spain next turn. It shouldn't take too long. All we need to do is raise this continent. In fact, we might end up having to go for a naval strategy of some sort to be able to protect the coast of this continent, at least the western coast. So we'll keep that in mind. Also, we're building even more research buildings in our Suwon districts, because science is overpowered. Alright. Let us proceed. Right, and we're sending troops to Cullen, our Hwacha and some spearmen, to take down Cullen. Also, we'll be live streaming for about 3 hours, so maybe aiming to complete actually this campaign, this live stream. We'll see.
The best steel doesn't always shine the brightest.
Right.
Remember that politics, colonialism, Imperialism and war also
colonialism,
originated in the human brain.
well, colonialism doesn't really interest us that much. And I don't think so. We're gonna keep up with the wildcard policies that we have, and I think with charismatic leader as well. There aren't all that many. So your trade routes to an ally city prime. Right. None of these, unfortunately. A merchant confederation might not be all that bad. Praetorium governors provide +2 loyalty. That's not of our interest. We're mostly focusing on amenities and gold to counteract the deficiencies that we have in sort of variety of luxury goods, as well as just our lack of money, because Congo's just taking over all the city-states with their ridiculous influence. So I think we'll actually roll with the Merchant Confederation. With economic policies, I'm quite okay with the +1 amenity, with liberalism and triangular trade. And Republican legacy, more housing and 1 amenity with districts, and we have plenty of districts, so this helps. Excuse me. So, and with the great scientist points, we're gonna keep inspiration up because that's our main gig. However, rationalism exercise from buildings and campuses plus is 10 or higher plus 3. We're not quite yet. We're not yet at the stage to employ rationalism, so we'll stick with the gold and the amenities to make sure that our population keeps growing stably. Very good. So we have, who's this? This is Simon Bolivar. Right, Simon Bolivar is going to help us fight this short war against Scotland. By the way, if there's anyone new to the live stream, I welcome you to Tactical Analysis Twitch channel. Hope you enjoy the content. Right, so we're moving down our troops to face off against Scotland, because I think we just denounced them, so we're preparing for war there, because I'm not having foreign powers coming to take us over. Don't need the leader there. Okay, so the Hwacha is moving up. Spearmen moving up. Good, and I think this Hwacha we actually want to bring back to face off against Cullen, or against the Scots. Yes, we've already discovered oil with our previous great person. Speaking of which, let us take a look. Okay, great engineer. Triggers your computer technology. That's the city's built. Okay, that's interesting. Great merchant. Yeah, 12.6 +1 level diplomatic visibility with all of their civilizations. That's not really interesting, I gotta say. Edgar Allan Poe. Ooh. Use faith to steal it from Congo. That might not be too bad. Great musician. We're never gonna get a great musician to any significant degree. So I'm thinking we patronize this great writer, Edgar Allan Poe. And soon after we'll be able to patronize Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. It's basically not to let anyone else use these great people, since we have so much faith accumulated. Plenty of great works, great governors. Pingala's back because there was a covert action from Congo which knocked out Pingala for the moment. So it's time to return Pingala to his duty. See, so we posted Liang to Chuncheon to increase the growth of this particular city. So we're going to assign Pingala to Gyeongju because that's where the most amount of science is coming from. So we want to maximize that potential. Very good. Next turn we'll declare war on Spain. And these colonial powers, ugh. We have an envoy. I'm pretty sure we're never going to be able to, yeah. 15 envoys, oh my god, what about Carthage? Hey, where's Mvemba getting all these envoys? It's ridiculous. I mean, let's see, if we go plus in every armory. Let's go with Carthage. Let's get as many envoys into Carthage to get that military production bonus, because we're gonna need it. Alright, Calcutta. Calcutta's amenities are a problem. Housing is not a problem. Let's see, what's the Eiffel Tower abilities? All the tiles in your game +2 appeal must be built on flat land adjacent to the city center. Interesting. We don't really need any of that. Cavalry Corps. Don't exactly need corps and armies yet. Though we could start recruiting an army in preparation.
Esto es absurdo. ¿Nos estáis declarando la guerra? ¿Acaso ignoráis el poderío de la Armada Invencible?
Villains, I shrieked. Dissemble no more. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly they...
So du see a stund fall. Du shalt soppe nothing I en dieta for du sette forth foot in Scotland.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hey, there we go. So, thank you for Ferdy for letting me know. This is the first time I'm using OBS. I've switched to OBS since our last time streaming. So thank you for helping me iron out this bug in production. Okay, so in Banzambata, see 50% listening posts. Not really interested in diplomatic visibility here. There's plenty of troops down in the south here heading towards Lisbon. I think we're gonna gain sources and then start siphoning funds more. Better increase the chances of our offensive spy usage, right? Interesting. Good to keep in mind. Alright, let's go use the builders. Calcutta's housing is alright, so I think we'll focus on lumber mills and production for the time being. Okay, Calcutta. We do have plenty of gold, so I'm thinking we do start building up an army against Mbawilla or against Congo, since we're planning to do that anyways. It'll take a little bit too long. They even built their own encampment. That's a really good place for an encampment. There's only a way to improve production here. Let's see. So unfortunately, right, food production in Calcutta is relatively low. So what I'm thinking here, I think maybe build another builder and start clearing out all this jungle and replace it with farms for Calcutta to grow. Yeah, let's roll with another builder. We don't need to pump the production up. There's too much of it already. Alright, let's knock out these conquistadors. Promote later. Yeah, no, we're not using knights to finish off these conquistadors because they'll just kill them off. So let them heal up a little bit. Okay, and Cullen falls next turn. Dang Scots. Right, the Hwatch is coming up. Good, good. I'm still concerned with what policy to take against Congo. Quite concerned since it's just gonna take a long time. Yes, thank you, Catherine, for reconfirming that we're friends in espionage. Very nice. But I'm concerned with what policy to take against Congo. Do we take a militaristic policy? And France is preparing to settle here somewhere along the coast. Well, I don't really want to alienate France because then we're just going to be the evil of all the world, right? Let's promote forward observers. Yep. Perfect. All we need to do now is upgrade the bombard to artillery and we should be good. Right. Colin falls now. Raise it. Colin is not needed here. Even though it is an exit to the eastern coast, we don't really need the east coast yet. Let's see, let's get this Hwatcha up to Valladolid. And this Hwatcha is also okay. Agra, here we go. So for Agra, we're probably going to aim to build a neighborhood for Agra to ensure that it doesn't have any more problems with housing, though it does need amenities that might require an entertainment complex first, then a neighborhood afterwards, once we construct the military academy. Think about it. Right, Pingal is back to Gyeongju, buffing up our science and culture production, which is great. And for Gyeongju, let us pump up the production capacity in the city since we built the industrial zone there on purpose. Alright. Let's keep going forward. And very soon we'll be able to start building oil wells. Spain has conquered the original capital of Scotland, Stirling. Interesting. Very interesting. Spain and Congo, man, they're wrecking face. Lumber mills, bombard, keep besieging Valladolid. We have a trade route available. We'll keep going down to Lisbon because we want to keep our gold production up. Gold production. Our income up. Very good, very good. Need to retreat the knights back here to allow the Hwacha through. Right. Okay. Let's keep rolling forward. I think, yes, after combustion, we're actually going to switch gears into a naval strategy to actually begin scouting the coastline. Spy, oh, captured and escaped your city of Delhi. Okay. Interesting. Probably a Congo spy, if I'm not mistaken. Besieging. Hwacha skips a turn because we're going to need to convoy the Hwacha through here. This is where you need ships. And we don't have ships, even though we started on the coast. Okay, Gongju. So, we said that I think the neighborhood is going to be necessary here. And work in the neighborhood, distribute it, and appeal. Okay. +5, okay. Let's see, 9 turns. Let's see, no, commercial hub isn't gonna do much. Let's see. Neighborhood's unfortunately gonna... just gonna take up space. I don't need a holy site. We do not need holy sites here. Theater Square. Theater Square will take 5 turns. Then we could build Theater Square into Arena, and then Neighborhood afterwards. I think that might be quite nice. Get bonuses from... yeah, let's do that. Theater Square, 5 turns. Because we would like to increase our culture to at least... well, we're not here to compete with Congo. We're more here to speed our way along to suffrage. Right, and then for great people, we were going to steal away this great musician. Hey, hey. I wonder, where could great musicians place their great works? Because I've actually never gotten to the point of getting great musicians in Civilization 6. See, that's Relic. Then obviously Gyeongju can display music. I suppose you need a very particular kind of building. Broadway. Yeah, that's a world wonder. Zoo, Ferris wheel, aquarium, Bolshoi Theater. Is there a particular building that allows you to place great works of music. Stadium, that's not what we're... Ooh, Amundsen Research Center. That's on our radar. Let's see, what about in terms of... Let's see, electricity, seaport, power plant, hangar, no, that's broadcast center. Got it. That's what we need for great music. Great works of music. Okay. Don't really need faith from Jerusalem. Heck, do we just want to take Jerusalem for ourselves? So that it doesn't annoy us when it inevitably goes to war with us on the side of Mvemba and Zinga? Might be worth thinking about. Ah yes, bagpipes. The national instrument of Korea in 1705 in the industrial era. Of course, of course. What else would it be? Right, we'll use Ein kleine Nachtmusik. And then we'll keep we'll keep Mozart stuck in Gyeongju for a while. No, I'm not engaging in any religious wars. Thank you very much. Gurus, apostles, nah. Religion's not our gig in this game, in this campaign in particular. Right, we shall improve, let's see, exercise zone control posts when defending versus city attacks. I think suppression. Emplacement commentary when defending versus city attacks. That might not be too bad. That's sort of using the Hwacha as a siege unit as well. I think maybe emplacement will be more useful than suppression here. Yep, because we don't want to use field artillery out in the front line anyways. Okay, and then the spearmen. The spearmen, I think, upgrade into pikemen, but they don't upgrade to pike and shot if I'm not mistaken. It's exploration, so I might possibly just disband these spearmen at some point, because this is not the age of the spearman anymore. Alright. Young son. Let's see, that's for influence, not interested. Right, we just built the commercial hub, and building our own money infrastructure I think would help here. Then Srinagar. Srinagar has now opened up to another district. Not a whole lot of space for a commercial hub, unfortunately. Though of all the districts, I find the commercial hub in the industrial zone to be the most useful, even without having district bonuses. Might as well probably go the entertainment complex anyway, because Srinagar has quite the population growth. I take it back. Not a whole lot of population growth, because there isn't a whole lot of place for farms, so that's okay. We don't need an encampment here. Srinagar's not a military producer. Possible theater square? Or do we let it produce builders to help with improving the land. It's just that there isn't much to improve. I mean, there's plenty of farms to be had around Gongju and Gyeongju, but not around Srinagar. Not really. Just what's the alternative? Great engineer. We're gonna get this great engineer anyway, so that's unnecessary. Campus research grants. 50.5 per turn, that's insane. Though we're probably not gonna get this. We're probably not gonna get Albert Einstein, unfortunately. Unless... and great scientist points once finished in 6 turns. In 6 turns, would we be able to snatch Albert Einstein away from Scotland? Let's see, they have 8 points per turn, and it's 8. Let's see, it's 35. No, I don't think we'll be able to snatch Albert Einstein away. Taj Mahal, nah. Let's work on the entertainment complex. There isn't much else to do with Srinagar anyways. So I'm thinking we roll with it. See, so there are 2 districts here. We might want to build the entertainment complex. We want to leave maybe here for something else, like the theater square. Then you use the entertainment complex for something else. Commercial hub from the river, +2. That might actually not be a bad place to have a commercial hub right there. Which then empowers this hex further. And the city isn't going to grow that much anyways. So yeah, let's roll the commercial hub. Very good. Right, the military academy is about to be built in Agra, which is great. And in 4 turns we'll be able to improve the oil down in Chuncheon and start building tanks. Because Congo won't see that coming, right? The French are following Confucianism. Interesting.
In all works on natural history, we constantly find details of the marvelous adaptation of animals to their food, their habits, and the localities in which they're found.
Right, zoos, that's excellent. More amenities, plus one stage, rainforest, and marsh tile. It's quite nice for the entertainment complex. But so far we're not really concerned with zoos and whatnot for the moment. And antiquity sites, I mean, it's cool and whatnot, but not our main gig. Though it might be worthwhile to invest some in there. I would very much like to recruit more spies, but to do that I need to keep going forward with technology. Mobilization rate allows one new Casus Belli that can be used to justify his war of territorial expansion. Indeed. That's if we want to proceed on a more military approach with Congo, though I don't think that's what we're going to go for. Right, okay, well, Mozart can just rest. The Hwacha can keep moving forward. Once we get the Hwacha in position, we'll concentrate fire on Valladolid while the Bombard can take care of any naval units coming in from Spain. Good. So in 3 turns, we'll be able to get that oil. Okay, Agra. We need to worry about your housing issue here. Let's roll with a sewer and then probably go from there to a neighborhood. Yep, sewer first. Envoy. Heck, let's send it to Brussels. Give us that extra production. Right. Lisbon will never, ever, ever be our ally. Oh man. It's just funny. Okay, let's bring the Hwacha back up to Agra. And unattach Simon Bolivar. Bring him to Valladolid. Alright. So we're basically at a precipice here in terms of what do we want to do? Do we want to act aggressively towards Congo, which will take a long time, but it's possibly worth it? Or do we still work on consolidation and go for naval strategy instead? So it's hard to say. Right, more trade from Yangsan after building that market. Let's keep building that bank. And probably buy another trader from Yangsan. Calcutta, new builder. The builder is gonna race down here to get the oil. What else? What else needs to be done in Calcutta? I think in this case, Calcutta can actually start producing military AT crews, 80 strength. We don't really need an AT crew core. Not necessary. Rangers. Rangers the new scout unit, right? Recon unit. Meh. Cavalry, but that's going to be replaced by tanks very soon. Musketmen. Musketmen for the main line. 55, 65, that's a 10-point difference. What's the, so there's replaceable parts, but we're gonna need to do economics. That's 5, 16. I think we might then want to use musketmen as the main army unit, and then start filling the rest with tanks. Though I'd much rather have tanks in production rather than musketmen. So in 2 turns, what can we do in 2 turns? Could build a shrine. Let's see, 2 turns, 2 turns. Heck, let's just build a shrine so that we can start building tanks in Calcutta. Remove those conquistadors. They do not require a life. Okay. Right, so we're definitely going to do naval technology, I think, right after combustion to be able to defend our western coast. I'm still deciding, would we want another city down here on the eastern coast? There isn't much here, unfortunately, to roll with. Right. New trade route at Yangsan. Let us switch it to think, Chuncheon, so that it can... Chuncheon, yep. So that it can start going to Lisbon and further improving our gold intake. Excellent. Now we can besiege Valladolid in much greater strength. And Simon Bolivar is on his way. Good. Gyeongju. You've just completed the workshop, so the production is increased. Well, heck, since Gyeongju's our main research and cultural capital, let's pump up that research with a research lab, shall we? What's with the no growth here? Not enough food, I suppose. Alright. Delhi. Right, Delhi is the one... Let's see, just completed the university. Right, so we're going to go with an entertainment complex because of Delhi's ridiculous population growth. So are there any... Let's see, there was a zoo, it's plus marsh and rainforest. This bonus appeals in copies of building on within 6 hours of a city center, not provide additional bonuses, right. So this would just simply be a district buffer. Where's the industrial zone? It's right there. So the entertainment complex is just going to... Right, okay. So I'm thinking, in terms of placement, it's +2 right there for the theater square. Might want to do the entertainment complex right here to make this hex empowered even further, or increase the bonus even further. Yeah, let's do that right here. Since the entertainment complex doesn't get any bonuses from adjacency anyways. Okay. Let's see, where's the builder coming in from the north? 4 turns. Ugh. Could just buy a builder. Yeah, let's just buy the builder. Here we can reduce the production of this shrine down, if possible. I don't suppose that'll be possible. Okay, so then this builder here can go build some mines and farms, while the builder in Chuncheon can take care of all the rest of the resources here and the improvements. Good, good. So we're going to commission Calcutta to start working on military production, maybe right after a second district, because we're not going to be able to get tanks in next turn, but the turn afterwards. So we need to build something in 2 turns again. Okay. Right, man, it's just so tempting to start a war against Congo, but what will we gain except just pushing Congo down? We will ask for peace after we've raised Valladolid. Thank you very much, Philip. That was not that bad of an offer, but no, not good enough.
Cars haven't advanced that much since we were kids. When you boil it down, it's still a gas combustion engine.
Here we go. Sources gained, need amenities in Gyeongju. Okay. Right, no tech to steal because we are the tech. Okay, and then in that case we will work on siphoning funds. Right, from Chuncheon to Lisbon. More gold. And we're about to build the oil rig, or oil well. Good, Gongju. Right. So we just built the entertainment complex that takes care of that. So now we need the neighborhood. Yep. Keep going down to Lisbon. Mine. Then we can go build that farm over there. Probably clear out these jungles here. Okay, we're gonna get to naval research in just a moment. Can't build tanks just yet. Next turn though. Next turn. Right, and since actually now would be a good time to build the industrial zone, considering Calcutta is going to be probably our main military producer. So where would be the best place to have it? This is where all the mines are. We build it here. We're not going to need another district in around these areas, so I'm thinking here. Maximize the production. Yeah. This area is full of lumber mills and mines anyway. Good. That means pump up that production, get that industrial zone built as quickly as possible, and then we'll start working on constructing our military. Alright, so now with research, what do we do now? Do we double back on naval research? Or do we just keep going forward with things like rocketry and aim to complete the game there? Because we could go with combined arms. It's going to give us a destroyer, and we won't even have to worry about naval. We do need industrialization though. That's for the factories and whatnot. So I'm thinking we do double back on the naval tech. So basically, celestial navigation to get the harbor. It'll help us improve our own trade, and then just go straight to mass production and into industrialization, and then afterwards probably into electricity or something like that. Something along those lines, I'm thinking. So first, celestial navigation. We are rediscovering our naval roots. Long time coming, right? So we're gonna have galleys while everyone else has caravels and battleships. That's nice to know. Yeah, Congo's also being quite smart, building up encampments on areas where I would have built them.
And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her.
Okay, now we're going to beeline straight to industrialization, which should take 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 turns. Excellent. It's perfect. We've discovered tanks before we've industrialized. That's nice. That is very nice. I like that kind of progression. And off we go with the oil well. need the harbor in Chuncheon. We'll get to Chuncheon in a moment. Let's see, perfect to build a harbor right along here. We'll get to that in some time. Harbor +1 from government, +2 from city center tile, coastal resource. Right. Okay. Alright, let's work on Chuncheon. No, we don't need that. Chuncheon. Chuncheon is mostly just going to be... The city's there only for the purposes of harvesting oil. So it doesn't really need to be a naval base. I mean, it only has access to a lake, so the ships won't be needed there anyways. What could we convert Chuncheon into? Another industrial city. There aren't that many mines here, unfortunately. Commercial city? Have a harbor here. Commercial hub here. Something like that. Let's see. No, I don't want to get rid of that bonus resource. Or heck, just another keep pumping that science. Let's do it. Science is where we're strongest at. Very good, very good. Simon Boulevard, get attached to the Hwacha here and sleep. Oh man, Spain already has infantry. Ay. Spain is gaining ground. They have replaceable parts. Oh well. Shouldn't be too difficult to deal with though. So I'm thinking once we research up to industrialization...
There is nothing but a plank between us.
Thank you for the shipbuilding. After we research industrialization, we're just going to beeline for rocketry and try to aim to try to win this campaign through science. Yeah. Because what we want to make sure here, is to have at least some naval power or some naval presence, and increase our own production massively, and then just work on rocketry and whatnot. Because I don't think a military victory will do much for us. Congo is ridiculously massive, and it's not something I'd like to invest in. Maybe if we chose another path earlier on, if the strategic conditions were different, then probably I would have decided for a more militaristic approach to Congo. But as it is, our strength lies in science, so might as well, once again, abuse it. Congo has its own artillery. Yeah. No peace. No peace with Spain. Nope. Not giving you not giving you a great work just for some gold and some truffles. You need to do better than that, France.
Not all who wander are lost.
Casa de Contracion. Gain 3 governor promotions. All your cities on your known home continent with the governor gain plus. Ooh, that's really cool. That's basically a wonder for colonial powers. Interesting. This one's from Delhi. Move it to Agra, I think. Keep trading with Lisbon. clear that out. Let's see, this is Hanwell, who is in Gyeongju. Let's see. There hasn't been much espionage lately against us, but I'm thinking we'll continue protecting Gyeongju by protecting the campus in Gyeongju. Hey, we got Albert Einstein before anyone else did. Yes, we will obviously recruit him. And give us that Eureka, and universities provide +4 science, even better. Advanced ballistics. Advanced ballistics is here, which leads to guidance systems. Well, that was kind of useless. Okay. Sure, I'll take it. Alright. Who's the next great scientist? Alfred Nobel. Alfred Nobel. Interesting. Okay. If there's anyone new to the live stream, I welcome you to Tactical Analysis Gaming Twitch channel. I hope you enjoy the content being produced here. We're playing Civilization 6 as Korea. This is basically a test live stream of Rise and Fall, and basically to ease myself back into Civilization so that we can do some crazier things later on. Okay, Agra. Agra. Let's see. Aha! We can build tanks now. 80, 90, right. The difference there is quite big. Modern, let's see, supply convoy increases for adjacent units, gives units 1 bonus. Right, the supply convoy is a switch out from the medic. Okay. Very good, very good. Let's see, what about artillery? So I'm thinking with Agra, we construct an artillery unit to be able to cover this area, and then we'll start working on tank production. Probably after the artillery corps. Do we need an artillery corps or just simply an arty unit? Or do we wait for 9 turns before we can get mobilization and start recruiting armies rather than corps? Let's see, what can we construct in 9 turns? Well, there's in 8 turns we can build the bank. We reduce the amount of production that we have. Could we build the bank in 9 turns? Yes, we could. So that means bank, after mobilization, will work on recruiting armies. Again, we're no rush to build an army. I just would like to have an army in case Congo starts acting up all aggressively against us. Alright, and the Siege of Valladolid continues. By the way, if there's anyone new to the live stream, I welcome you to Tactical Analysis Gaming channel. Hope you enjoy the content. And at this point, we definitely need to pull the bombard back out of here. Don't want to lose the bombard to some privateer. Yep. Farms. Farms are good. Alright. Build it here. Alright. Agra. Down to Lisbon. Thank you very much. more gold. Gold is good. Gold is good because gold allows you to build an army, or recruit an army much faster. Having an army is a big stick. As we know, Teddy Roosevelt likes his big sticks when it comes to diplomacy. Alright. Let's keep rolling.
There is little man has made that approaches anything in nature.
Right, okay, shipyard, right. We do need to go upgrade the bombard here, I think, before we can actually... Because the Spanish here are using Valladolid as a fortress, and it'll be way too difficult to take it down just using the simple bombard, because Spain is right behind us in terms of technology. So I think we're going to pull the bombard back and upgrade it to artillery, and that should help us out. Gongju, don't you worry. Neighborhood is being constructed as we speak. Yongsan. Yongsan. We'd like to build armies in about 8 turns. Casa de Contración. Not really interested in it, even though it does buff up governors. It's more useful when you're a colonial power, and I'm not much of a colonial power, I gotta say. Let's see, 8 turns. Research lab will take 14 turns. It could take us 8 turns. Cavalry, don't need cavalry. Don't really need a neighborhood. We have ridiculous amount of housing anyways as it is. Could just build the Taj Mahal just because we can. It's not useful anymore. Though there isn't much improvement to do either. 8 turns. We could recruit an AT crew to have it. Ranger won't really do much for us. Yeah, sure, it's a recon unit, but you could use a recon unit, or you could use a whole bunch of tanks. At least in this case, because I'm not interested in reconnaissance in case Congo starts attacking. So yeah, let's recruit the AT crew as a simple unit. The knight here can stay back. More farm construction around Chencheon. Srinagar. Srinagar can keep improving the markets. Delhi amenity problem, therefore arena. And off we go from there. Okay. Why do we need another farm here? No. It's a mine. We have enough farms here anyways. Alright. So much for the bombard. Oh well. That was really bad. So the privateer came in and took out the bombard. That was quite unfortunate. France, what are you doing? What is this? Come on, man. I'm not going to attack France just
Our
because...
alliances are short-term declarations. In order to maintain them, we will need...
People can have the Model T in any color, so long as it's black.
Right, okay, France. Since you're the only one who is in any way happy with us, I'd like to declare friendship and maintain an alliance. Very good. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Okay. This is why we need a navy. And the current units that we have here won't be able to take down Valladolid, so I think we're gonna have to pull back until we do have a navy. Yep. But France, what are you doing? You're gonna lose this city. Ah, man. Oh well. AI plays its own AI game. Now let's send this builder up here to build some more farms, because there's no need for the builder in Chuncheon. Got one more build improvement here. Yes, amber would be nice. Congo is ridiculous. Jesus. Supply convoys as well. What makes Congo so strong? Is it simply because I'm playing on King difficulty? Or is it more like that they've expanded so much that they have huge amounts of infrastructure? It's hard to say. Quite hard to say indeed. Hey! Tanks in 1765, I like it. Sherman tanks to be exact. Okay, Chuncheon needs to keep improving its own food production. Let's see. The districts are going to take a little bit too long to construct. But there isn't much else Chuncheon can do. Water park amenities aren't our interest for Chuncheon. Nope, not that. Harbor. No need for a harbor here. Commercial hub. Industrial zone. Let's just keep building up that science. Again, science is king. At least for Korea. Okay, good. In 6 turns we're gonna have mobilization after industrialization here. The goal is going to basically aim for rocketry and start aiming for a scientific victory. Because I don't think there's there isn't really any way else that we can win. Right. Because against Congo, we're not in any position to take over the world yet. But that might be something that we aim to do. So once Gyeongju is done with its neighborhood, and once Gyeongju is constructing the research lab, we're going to start focusing on building harbors on our west coast and constructing at least some form of a navy to be able to protect us and help take down Valladolid, which is a pain. Hey, siphon funds, I like it. Science, improve, disrupt rocketry, steel great works. Technology, let's go with a cat burglar. Calcutta. In 5 turns, we can then start building armies, which is good, so let's work on the workshop. Hey Aristander, welcome to the live stream. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're having a great day, or evening, or morning, or night, wherever you're living. Let's keep retreating here. Let's pull the tank here. Be ready to attack into Valladolid. Srinagar can keep pumping up the bank. And then I think Calcutta doesn't have a trade route going down to Lisbon, so let's recruit a new trader next turn. Evening. Nice. Right, Gongju will be the first to construct a harbor, finally. Though we do need 16 population, so let's pump up that growth. Good, good. It's unfortunate, I didn't really want to go for a kind of naval strategy, or at least some form of a naval presence on the west coast. I just kind of wanted to consolidate. I wouldn't say, Aristander, to answer your question, I wouldn't say that the... I wouldn't say Civ 6 is too different. I prefer Civ 6 more than Civ 5 in the fact that I think the military aspect in Civilization 6, there's more emphasis and more use to it. It's more interesting because you can combine support units, you can work on building corps and armies, which are basically stacked units to some extent. So I like that quite a bit more than Civ 5, where you can only have 1 unit per tile, or per hex. And I really like the district placement mechanic in Civilization 6, where each district is a specialized zone in a city. So for example, here, if you look at Delhi, this is the science, or the campus district, which provides science. To the south here, we have the holy site. Oh yeah, Civ 4 did have stacked units, so they basically they've reintroduced that mechanic back into Civilization 6, but it's still sort of, you can't fully stack units. It's only separate kinds of units that can get stacked. And then if you start stacking with the correct technology, if you start stacking mainline units like tanks and whatnot, they form into corps and armies, which are just much stronger versions of a single unit. So it also sort of reduces the amount of space that you have to take up with single units per hex. Right, more amenities for Calcutta. That's not what I'm interested in currently. Alright. Time to go for rocketry. So flight, then steam power, into radio, then into rocketry. Districts also just allow you to customize each city into your own fashion. And also use the terrain more. Whereas in Civilization 5, the terrain mattered less. Here, the terrain and the geography matters more, and I find that to be much more interesting, especially considering, well, in terms of strategy and deciding what you're trying to do, geography plays a very important role in strategic thinking. Geography is a key factor in this case, and I like that for Civilization 6. Since my whole gig is about strategic analysis and just a tactical or strategic approach to games, the more elements that define thinking and decision making, to me, is always more interesting. Whereas in Civilization 5, it's just like you have this single city with a massive amount of terrain, which is just waiting to be improved, and it's sort of a little bit too linear, I think. Alright, so in Manzambata, we're going to steal Tech Boost for replaceable parts. And Calcutta, let's retreat to, I think, Gongju. I don't think Gongju has a trade route to Lisbon, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, hey. Let's get that great engineer. That great engineer is in Yangsan. Yep. Okay. Is there any particular city that we want to have more districts than normal? Gyeongju doesn't have a whole lot of space for that. Calcutta, possibly? Or Srinagar? Maybe Delhi. Delhi might be a good place because it's sort of a backup city to Agra in terms of defense. So let's go down to Delhi. Right. And then for Delhi, we still need to keep upgrading the zoo here, or the entertainment complex, since amenities are a problem. Yep. It's gonna take too much time. This is versus AI Aristander. This is basically my test live stream for the Rise and Fall expansion for Civilization 6, which reintroduces Golden Ages and whatnot into the Civilization series, even though they were already there in Civilization 5. So after this, I'm thinking of doing some kind of crazier or maybe more customized campaign series for Civilization 6. Brazil was one of the original civilizations for Civilization 6. So Brazil is back, only it's much better than it was in Civilization 5 with tourism and whatnot, right? Hey, Genghis Khan. They're probably just gonna hate me anyways, because everybody hates me. Except France, because they like me for some reason. Antioch. Okay. Well, Antioch is nowhere to be seen. So that's okay. Could we continue our golden age? What did you like about Brazil in Civilization 5 Aristander? Great merchant, plus 25 towards other, you have a trade route to... I mean, sure. Let's go to Gyeongsan, I think, for that. And let's throw in another envoy into Brussels to pump up that production. Okay, so Ambrose. Rebellion in 2 turns, interesting. France is really stupid. What is Spain doing? Excuse me. Spain. Cool. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed Brazil, and since you are from Brazil, you confirming that Brazil seems to be relatively accurate in its depiction, at least in Civilization 5, is great. All power to you. Let's see. Alright, let's keep rolling. Coffee and citrus. 8 gold per turn. Nah. Spain being all colonial and whatnot. Ugh. Hey, first time we built a neighborhood. I like it. Very nice. Gongju is probably not going to have any housing problems for the time being now, which is good. Now Agra is having problems. Okay, I think we could reach another golden age in the, what is it, the atomic era or the modern era? The atomic era. If we play our cards right. Okay, so Gongju, we need a harbor at 16 population. So let's see, let's transfer to Gongju and be able to build a harbor next turn. And here we shall begin, I don't know, like bread and circuses, city increase loyalty, and that's, yeah, whatever. Let's begin building the arena. Heck, let's just finish building the arena. And no, housing doesn't equal food. Housing, our standard is, so now your cities have a limit to how many population each city can have. So to ensure, so like if you look down here at Gongju, it has housing 14 out of 20. Means total it can hold 20 civilians without any major penalties to growth. So to have more and more possible civilians or pops in the city, you need to build improvements like farms and plantations which give you housing, or build buildings which give you housing like granaries or the neighborhood district, which is right here. So housing is just your capacity to house more population, if that's clear enough. Let's see, Agra. Agra is going to be a military producer, so an industrial zone wouldn't be bad. However, there's problems with that, so let's see, that's the commercial hub. I haven't checked out Civ 4. I came into Civilization at Civ 5. So I don't know if housing is like health. Housing is more like your ability to have a whole bunch of population or something like that. So see, okay, how about this? I'll demonstrate. So Agra has 15 civilians, 15 population. They're all spread out along the city. And its limit is 17 housing. So I can have 17 population without significant debuffs to growth. But currently I have 15, and I'd like to make sure that my city doesn't have any penalties to growth, so I'm going to build a neighborhood here to get the maximum amount of housing, maybe even +6 here. Yep. So that means once the neighborhood is built, my housing will go up from 17 up to 23. So I'll be able to recruit, or the city will be able to grow unimpeded further. Alright, where did that Spanish settler go? Of course, Mvemba Nzinga built Casa de Contracion.
After a loss in loyalty,
Ambrose. France no longer has enough loyalty to keep the city of Amboise, not Ambrose. Amboise in their empire. Nearby civilizations exerting loyalty. Okay, so what that means is Amboise is a free city. I wonder what's gonna happen now to it. Your agent is aboard in the city of the mission. Okay, no longer valid. Right. More amenity problems in Srinagar. Probably gonna need to build more entertainment complexes. Right, tech boost and all that. I don't need to neutralize the governor. Probably just keep siphoning funds. More money. No, I didn't build a free city. So what happened is that the French came down with a settler and plopped this settler here and settled or made the city of Amboise. And because it's so far away from France itself and so close to both my Korean civilization and to Spain, the loyalty of the city went down. And once the loyalty of a city goes down to 0, they rebel against their parent civilization. So for example, if you take Gongju, look at the toggle city details, look at loyalty. If you look up at this screen right here, 100 loyalty of a possible 100. So my city here is loyal to me because it's full of my own population, and there's very little influence from any other civilizations. And if you look here, there's -2 because there's a diplomat or a governor or whatnot. So there's pressure on the city that reduces loyalty, but because I have all of my own citizens here, they exert a pressure of 20 loyalty. So that means my city is in general loyalty. Yes, loyalty has been introduced in the Rise and Fall expansion, which came out at the end of February. And it's a new mechanic to basically use to fight against other civilizations. It's another thing that you have to keep in mind, another strategic consideration to understand when settling cities and maybe doing covert operations against the enemy and try to break down their civilization, not from without with armies, but from within with loyalty. Okay, Calcutta. One more turn. I think we should just build another factory to make sure the production is high in Calcutta and then start working on producing armies of tanks and whatnot. Yep, Gongju. That means in 3 turns we'll be able to build the harbor. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for using my name as it's supposed to be used. That's what I aim to do. And again, I'm pretty sure I'm acting or speaking a lot like basic or just average YouTubers who are sort of thinking through and whatnot. My goal also with the live streams and with the YouTube channel and whatnot is to improve my own capacity to analyze and be more strategic about games. Because it's really easy to just sit down, play a game, say blah 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 and whatnot. But I'd like to give respect to the games as vessels or as products that require or want to be analyzed or approached from a strategic point of view or tactical point of view. Civilization is more strategic, obviously, since it's more long-term based. If any of this makes sense, I hope it does. Okay, then I think we can go get this bonus resource. Bonus resources are good. Basically, Aristander, maybe a good explanation of what my channel is if you take a look at my YouTube channel and look at my Rome Civilization 6. No, why cocoa for spice and they'll give me sand? Yeah, sure, whatever. So many cities. Okay, fine. Yes, that's true. That's basically exactly what I'm trying to do, Aristander, is analyze the game, not just click, click. I may not be the best player out there, like I'm not a competitive Civilization player, nor am I probably the best gamer to look at for like super cool tips and tricks. But I think with that comes benefits
In
where
order
I
to
can
rally people,
analyze from a
governments
critical
need
point of view
enemies.
without being
If
so
they do
pro
not
at
have
it.
a real enemy,
Though
they
my
will
goal
invent
is
one
also to become
in
better
order
at
to mobilize
games
us.
and at Civilization and at various other games as well. Okay, so mobilization, leve en masse. Don't need leve en masse, I don't have a massive army. And declare war of territorial expansion, which is fine, but we're not going to use it. Let's see. I think we can promote Pingala to Space Initiative because we're going to be using. We're going to start going for a space or a scientific victory very soon. So where's that Spanish settler gone? Hard to say. Well, okay, let's keep the armor here. I don't know about commentator, but definitely an analyst. Like the dream for me would be to use games for an analytical purpose, whatever it may be. Be it analyzing history, be it analyzing governmental or economic decision making, or heck, just for the fun of it. That's sort of my goal. That's why I'm trying to do. That's why I've started my YouTube channel, and that's why I've started the Twitch series. In that I want to take analysis and respect to games to wherever the conclusion will go to. So yes, possible commentator or analyst in the future. Yes, more analyst, game analyst, I suppose. And I suppose the commentating comes with that, right? Why do you want my great works? Okay, well, 2. Yeah, I think we're gonna refuse this. I'm not just come on, better. Give me better things. So, Arstander, what was the last thing that you learned from games that you can um, can put into words? Because I'm sure there's plenty of things that you learn from games which are difficult to sort of quite put your finger on. But what is the last thing you learned from games? How about that? Okay, the AT crew will keep in Yangsan proper, just to make sure that they don't have intelligence on us. Yangsan, I can't build any more spies, which is unfortunate. So, how long will the tank army take? 24 turns. That's hilarious. Let's roll with the factory and then start building army. Okay, so it doesn't. Okay, so the Spanish settler went off somewhere else. That's okay. So let's bring the tank back. Right, and then next turn Gongju is gonna start building the harbor, which is great. Very good. Let's keep rolling. I think we could keep up our golden age. Wow, I'm impressed. Genghis Khan, Philip, and Congo are also in golden ages. Ugh. I'm not the only one who's having fun with golden ages. Okay.
If you can walk away from a landing, it's a good landing. If you use the airplane the next day, it's an outstanding landing.
Interesting. Street Fighter 5 as an example of learning hard work and I gotcha. Yeah. What attracted you to Street Fighter 5 in the first place? Right, that's right. We're not really interested in aerodromes, though that might be an interesting way to gain an advantage in wars. Let's get the Hwacha there for the time being. Gongju, here we go. Harbor. I think the harbor will go... Might end up building a commercial district here, unless... Commercial hub, so yeah, harbor here. Because this is just one resource of wheat that doesn't have much to offer. And so Aristander, did Street Fighter inspire you to learn English, Japanese, and whatnot? Okay. So it's sort of like a family inspiration to play fighting games. Okay. But what about fighting games do you like? Aside from hard work and whatnot, was there anything in particular, like a culture thing that it helped you to learn? Japanese was more Pokemon, Final Fantasy. Okay, I gotcha. Let's see. Srinagar. Let's keep... Okay, so the housing is fine. Amenities will be a problem here. So let's roll the factory. Again, Production and science is king, I suppose. Right, then after Gongju builds a harbor, I'll start building up a bit of a fleet and sail down to Valladolid and besiege it once again. Yes, Congo, we know that you hate me. We hate you too. What else is new? I think this turn we might ask for an embassy with Mongolia, because I'd like to see where they are. Catherine de' Medici built the Statue of Liberty. Okay, I gotcha. Fighting against football has so much creativity, potential, and chaos. Okay, I gotcha. I think I gotcha. But I think I understand where you're coming from. Okay. Harbor. Isn't the commercial hub plus 2 gold from each adjacent harbor? So if it's +1 here, this will also get +2. Whereas here, the harbor is just, well, the harbor. And let's see. Production isn't all that great, so let's keep that up. Plenty of housing here. Don't need the water park. Not yet. Do we need the harbor? Yes, we do need the harbor here. So let's get it built. See power +2 movement form bark units. Okay. There's gonna be a rebellion in the free city in 5 turns. That's hilarious. I wonder if it's gonna become mine because of so much pressure. Yeah, there's pressure from the Korean civilization in Amboise, because I think so it might just become ours. Which is great. Gives us access to coal. Free call. Is it like a mod for Civilization 4, or is it an actual free source game. Or standard. Could you explain a bit more what free call is? Free source game. Got it. Strategy game, I assume, right? Okay, right, so we're getting ready to attack into Valladolid again. Good, good. Right, right. Okay, good. I'll make sure to check it out at some point. When was it made, or when was it posted? Do you know? Aha, so there's probably artillery in Valladolid, that's why.
Impressionnant. Il semble que vos espions
Yes,
sont
yes, yes, we
partout.
know, Catherine.
Mesdames de compagnie seraient ravies de les entretenir
We know
pendant
you
la
like
fête.
statecraft. Let's see, right, Mongolia, let's ask for a... No, they don't like you? Okay, fine. So where is Mongolia? All the way here, on a completely different continent. Of course. Where else would they be? 2003, wow. And it's still going strong? Let's see now. So Amboise. Okay, is it is free call mostly multiplayer, or is it also mostly
It
single
is
player?
arguable whether the human race have been gained.
Okay, so there's probably artillery here. That's why the Hwacha is getting massacred. So we're gonna pull out. Yeah, we need some ships. We absolutely need some ships. Okay. I will make sure to check it out in the coming days. Thank you for suggesting it to me. Okay, so we're researching radio. Right. Then into rocketry, and then we're gonna aim for each of these separate elements of each of these science elements. Okay, good. I am from two places. I am from the United States, but I'm also from Russia. I have heritage from both of those countries. And currently I am in the United States. Living, studying, working. You know, the general hullabaloo that us average folk do, right? Здравствуйте, как дела? Дела у меня хорошие, спасибо. Как у вас дела, Арестандр? If you understood what I said. Let's see, Congo. Be nice to see where their capital is, but fortunately their capital is probably not available Let's keep protecting Gyeongju. Science is the main issue here. Don't let them get too much. Where did you learn Russian, Aristander? Okay, Agra. Okay, excellent. So neighborhood is completed, so that means the growth should be fine. Let's see. Again, I'm not exactly hot on building up a military when we don't need to. I know just based with a friend. Basics. Okay. Okay, well basics basics is good. Basics is good. I'm even thinking that at some point, if the channel grows relatively well, that I am going to start a sort of a subsidiary channel to Tactical Analysis Gaming, which will be focused on Russian. Because there are plenty of English-speaking channels, but I think an interesting challenge, but also a way to what's its face? A way to give respect to Russian as well, and to also help me use my Russian because I don't get to use it all that much while I'm here, is to do the same same things that I'm doing here, only in Russian. But that's sort of way into the future. I need to make sure that my channel is getting somewhere, if you understand what I mean. Okay, so I think it's just industrial zone in Agra, because simply having the industrial zone would increase production anyways. So yeah, let's just roll with the industrial zone so that if it comes down to war with Congo, we can switch to construction of military forces in Agra. Because at the moment, everything is relatively peaceful. Right. Aristander, what is your favorite language that you know in your linguistic arsenal? Interesting. Yeah, sure, let's establish Catherine, my only ally. So it's a privateer that's been annoying us. Ironclad coming right at you. Ah, leave me be. Leave me be, Congo. I'm gonna do what I need to do anyways, so... yeah. Okay, Gongju. Could we purchase a ironclad? Need 2 coal, okay. And there's coal in Amboise. By the way, where is coal? I know we have oil. There's a niter. Interesting that you like Japanese, and yes, Russian is quite challenging. So there's only one source of coal on this whole continent? That's insane. Well, there's coal outside of Lisbon. Please, I recommend you do study Russian, Aristander. Russian is a fun language, especially if you end up going to Russia, which I invite you to come to, of course. Well, great. By the way, if there's anyone new to the live stream, I welcome you to Tactical Analysis Gaming live stream. We are playing Civilization 6 as Korea on King difficulty. Right, so there's coal. So that makes actually Amboise a very important city because it has access to oil and coal as well. Huh. If I understand the loyalty system correctly, because of the pressure from Korea here, Amboise is actually going to become loyal to us and we'll get access to it and to its goal. Interesting. Interesting. Keep that in mind. So then in that case, Gongju, how fast could we build a ship? Let's see, frigate, privateer, it's range 2, caravel. Aristander, yes, the AI is just like the AI difficulty is just like in Civ 5, where difficulty in quotations is really only buffs, economic buffs, not actual AI intelligence, which is unfortunate. Okay, I think we're just gonna buy a frigate and get to work on another frigate. Let's see, privateers cannot be seen unless adjacent to it. Right, it's for coastal raiding. Now let's work on another frigate. Hey, our first naval unit. Yay. Wonderful. Alright, Valladolid, we're coming after you. That's our spy. And we escaped from Banzambata, but we got a whole bunch of gold. Excellent. Yep. Well, I mean, AI is so difficult to do for strategy games. I would say it's more impressive that they've gotten a form of AI at all. I mean, I love the Total War series, and the one element that's been plaguing the Total War series all the time has been its AI. It's just so difficult to make an AI it's so difficult to make an AI that mimics what's its face? Human decision-making processes, and it's so difficult to make it work. Tactically, it's fine. Then you get chess, which is very easy to do because it's just algorithmic. But things like civilization
City has sworn its loyalty to us
and
has
Total
asked to
War,
join our great
so difficult.
civilization.
Amboise, welcome to the Korean Empire, or Korean civilization. We're not going to call ourselves an empire. Yes, that is true. Okay, Amboise. Okay, I think we're actually gonna switch Liang over to Amboise. Well, hey, I gotta say, thank you, France, for giving me a free city. Hey, okay. So let us recruit a builder here. Start building this area up. Thank you. Thank you, Aristander. This is actually quite a win, unexpectedly so. Let's see. For construction, let's focus on food production. For construction, let us work on. I mean, heck, let's just buy all this monument, granary. We're gonna keep the city, of course. Keep it. Keep it. I mean, it's the only source of coal on this continent. So yes, of course. And we're about to get another golden age for the next era. I'm so happy. So let's see, what else can we purchase for Amboise? A sewer? Sure. Aqueduct, no. Okay, so the problem here is going to be housing. Probably a neighborhood would be good. So Korea is ridiculously powerful with science, and that's basically what I've been aiming for, Aristander, to answer your question, is a science victory. It is relatively cheap, but I'm past the point, I think, where I can effectively start fighting a war against the entire world. Because as soon as I start fighting against Congo, everybody else is going to be pissed at me, except maybe France. And then that's just going to be a losing war where everyone doesn't trade with you, and things are very difficult. So I'm going to try to act a bit more passively and aim for a scientific victory. To answer your question in a long-winded fashion. Let's see, no, not. Let's see, Suwon. Okay. What should we start building, actually? A harbor. Amboise could become our very first naval base. So I think we should start building the harbor here. It's just going to take a long time. Sure, young son. Suppose you get another spy in the next era, which is fine. Okay, the housing is fine in young son. So I'm thinking, heck, the research lab, why not? No, Aristander, I haven't played Europa Universalis. I have played Hearts of Iron a lot. Quite a bit, actually. And I gotta say that for a grand strategy game, Hearts of Iron 4 is really good for the style of that real-time grand strategy game. It never really occurred to me that I should try Europa Universalis. I think at some point I might end up trying it, but the systems, the real-time systems of Europa Universalis, I never really truly understood and never got into, but I'm still open to trying it out in the future, of course. It might be something that I look into next, maybe in the summer or something, or yeah. I think it'll be something that I would like to look into. Okay, Calcutta. Observation balloon. +1 range to adjacent bombard strength units. Got it. Yeah, I think it's time to invest in a bit of an army. Let's see. Ruhr must be adjacent to a river. Ruhr Valley would be really nice, but unfortunately can't build it. Nice. What do you, Aristander, what do you most like about Europa Universalis? Delhi needs some more housing. Okay, so amenities are fine here. Let's work on neighborhood. So +4, that's +5. I think here, and then we could build like a theater square right there or something. Just roll the neighborhood right there to increase the housing. Very good, very good. Spain field cannon. Well, that field cannon ain't gonna live for long. Okay, so the frigate is coming down. We're building another frigate at Gongju, which is gonna come help us secure Valladolid, which now has a wall. Ugh. Mongolia, you want dyes and cocoa, which we have plenty of, for coffee and citrus. Yes, I accept this deal. This is a good deal. Look at all these cities. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous. Why is everyone so expansionary? Okay, Mongolia is fine. That's the whole sort of thing.
Atlantic wind bloweth through the Highland as the day. A dirge for Scotland. Canst do it hearing?
Interesting. Scotland just got defeated. Yeah, whatever. They were nasty colonists anyway. I only played Hearts of Iron 3. Europe was simpler to manage, was more complex game. Yeah, rip Scotland. Alright. That's inspiring. And good to know. So I'll keep that in mind for Europa Universalis, Aristandar. And heck, maybe if the channel grows, maybe get a multiplayer game going or something. This is one thing that I have in mind to do to improve my channel, is to add a Discord server where we can chat more directly. But that's way in the future. Not something that I'm going to do immediately, not yet. But Discord server basically coming soon. And I'll obviously leave a link on the Twitch channel. Okay, so Gyeongju just built the harbor. And if we're gonna focus on the science, we are going to definitely need a factory. Heck, maybe even build the Ruhr Valley in Gyeongju right along the river here. That would be awesome. Alright. No, I refuse peace. I'm gonna burn Valladolid down. Furs for cocoa. We got plenty of cocoa. So, oh my god, look at all these cities! Look at all these cities! Yes, I accept your deal. Amenities would be good. But, yeah, ugh. Isn't that the beauty of Paradox-style games, grand strategy games, which have so much depth to them? So I absolutely, I agree. Even when I played Hearts of Iron 4, I learned a lot. Even when I played a bunch of times. Okay, yes, emplacement to defend against city bombardment. Good civic boost. Okay. Srinagar. Housing is fine. Let's pump up that citizen growth. There isn't much to do here for Srinagar. And the Eiffel Tower isn't going to do much. Could recruit units, though I'd rather leave it to the front. Here. Is the Spanish leader? Who are you asking about, Aristandar? I don't exactly get your question. Srinagar. Thinking we just actually roll with artillery builder. Builder to sort of clean up the remaining. Yeah, let's roll the builder. Oh yes, thank you. Thank you for clarifying, Aristandar. No, Spain is not Franco, Francisco Franco. It's Philip II, the leader who sent the Great Armada against England, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, let's get that coal. Alright, spy in Gyeongju. Oh, I think you saw Teddy Roosevelt. You probably have mistaken Teddy Roosevelt for Francisco Franco. No, there is no Francisco Franco in Civilization 6. Probably for for political reasons, so as not to say anything about, you know. Yeah. Okay, so this is the spy who ran away? No, this is not the spy who ran away. Yes, this is the spy who ran away. So I'm thinking we maybe head to Paris. to steal some great works. No, there are no great. Yeah, our standard. Yeah, they didn't include Hitler in here for very clear reasons. No great works. Come on. So okay, I think in that case we're gonna use the spy to go to maybe to Katango and increase the listening post there. Yep, because I want to see where Congo has most of its infrastructure. Okay, we're gonna keep the tank ready. We're gonna sail in the frigates very soon. Let's see, could we just buy an ironclad? Or how much would an ironclad take? 9 turns? Yep, nope. Not doing that. Let us switch actually to the university and recruit with our money the ironclad. So that the frigate can stay at range and the ironclad will hit from nearby. Hey, we're up to a golden age or golden era for next time. Excellent. I'm currently I'm doing mostly free play. I don't necessarily go for achievements that much. I find it a little bit silly, but achievements might be actually a good way to enhance efficiency and strategic thinking, maybe. Okay, our frigate's under attack by this privateer, so probably, and they're also sending an invasion force against Amboise, so probably fall back to an extent. And so yeah, I might consider achievements later on. Like I'm thinking of, so I'm going to complete this Korean campaign, and then maybe the campaign afterwards, I'm going to work on what's its face, on more achievement style of play. I think. Let's get the ironclad down here because we need it to take down that privateer to protect Amboise. Right, Delhi. We're working on the neighborhood right now, which is good. Ooh, maybe the Ruhr Valley and Agra. Oh, that might be kind of silly. Right. Okay. Yes, I agree with you, Aristander, and that's what I'm thinking of for the next, for what I'm going to do later on with new campaigns is probably aim for those achievements. Yes, it is quite a bit of a puzzle, and that definitely helps with strategic thinking. What? Barbarians? Here? Now? What is going on? Okay, do we have any units? We have the Hwacha, so let's send it down to Delhi. What are barbarians doing here? Here. It's a hill, right? Yeah, we're gonna leave the hill for mines. Okay, young son, keep trading with Lisbon, and once the university at Gwangju is built, we're probably gonna still keep building a navy because this is unfortunate. The Spanish are sending in more and more support, and we don't have much of a navy to fend them off. Though we could use our money to buy So I suppose there aren't any more frigates that I can buy, right? Yep, not anymore. It's probably another ironclad or privateer. Let's see, we're going radio. Yeah, probably best to go for another ironclad. Yep, let's roll with it. So 3 ships, that should be good enough. Pike and shot for barbarian encampment, what the hell? Seriously, what are barbarians doing here? And I actually don't think we're gonna need these spearmen anymore. It's probably smarter to let us build our army up. It's just that I don't want to let the Spanish have a chance to build up an army in Valladolid, so I want to keep up the pressure against them, more or less. Though it might be a good idea to seek for peace and build up an army to attack Valladolid soon. I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out this invasion force of cavalry from Spain, and then once we've taken that, then we'll ask for peace. And then recruit a larger navy, build a larger navy and a larger army to take down Valladolid next time. Something like that. Let's see. The art of war, huh? What if you give us truffles? Nah. We'll take your army down first, then we'll talk about peace treaties and whatnot. It would, Aristander. I just need it would be great to have people to play multiplayer with. But yes, that's definitely a thing I am considering for the future.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. A world without radio is a deaf world.
Yes. By the way, if there's anyone new to the live stream, I welcome you to the channel. We're playing Civilization 6 as Korea. Okay, no, we need to go take care of these barbarians. Rangers, small, tank, big, destroy. Good promotion. Let's put down that cavalry corps. Let's see, is there anything to promote here? The city park unique improvement can be built in the city. Yields to appeal. Not interested at the moment. Let's see, what about Bengala? That's for nuclear armament. Not interested. Magnus? Acquire in the city in order to build resource-dependent units. That would be cool. Reina is not really necessary. I think we should just go with Pingala and go for arms race proponent in case war does start staring us down. Oh no. There is a resource of aluminum on this neighborhood. Oh no. Oh no. Can we not get it? Oh no, we actually have the aluminum. Never mind. Okay, ooh, that we missed that one. Governors are new to the Rise and Fall expansion. Yes. They are new indeed. Right, Mongolia is friendly with us for whatever reason, which is great. New settlement of Salamanca. Man, Spain is just ridiculous. And someone's already built Broadway. Man, I feel like we're not doing good enough. See, right there's that. What's that Hwacha doing here? Oh, is that Agra now? It's moving out of Delhi, right? Let's get it to Amboise. Let's promote the armor. Gets damage units, fortified defender, marauding. Oh, I think we can do damage against damaged units. Right, very good. Cleaning up the reinforcements to Spain. Yep. Yeah, okay, so there's that cavalry corps that's threatening Amboise, so we're sending the Hwacha over there to defend it. This pike and shot is annoying. Barbarians, come on. Okay, rocketry is coming up very soon. So I'm probably gonna use either Gyeongju or Yangsan as the main settlement for using. Well, actually, we'll decide which of the cities has more production. Probably Yangsan. So we're gonna need to build the rocketry district there first. Our standard, to answer your question, no, I'm not a big fan of watching esports. I'd much rather play the game myself, if you know what I mean. I have a really good friend who watches lots of esports like Overwatch and Dota and whatnot, but I never really got into esports nor watching sports in general. That's never been my thing. Great engineer. Instantly builds a factory and workshop in his district. Factories provide poster production. Yes! That is a great engineer. Not to, you know, put it lightly. Okay, where is there no factory? So there's a factory here. Gyeongju is building a factory there. Calcutta, there's a factory. Srinagar. Delhi doesn't have a factory. Agra doesn't have a factory. Let us switch him to Agra. Do you watch esports, Aristander? Line of battle, yes. By the way, if there's anyone new to the live stream, I welcome you to Tactical Analysis Gaming Twitch channel. I hope you enjoyed the content. We are playing Civilization 6 Rise and Fall expansion as Korea. Okay, let's keep that trade route to Lisbon up. And what's the most interesting part of esports Street Fighter V, Aristander? Let's see, Srinagar. Right, so we have some more elements to build here. Neighborhood, don't really need a neighborhood. Cristo Redentor is not diminished by other civilizations. Most tourism must be built on hills. And it's more culture, and it's about outputting more tourism, so that might be something that we do for the heck of it. Mostly for the heck of it. Let's see, what about neighborhood? +6 there, wow. I think let's aim to try to build Cristo Redentor here. Yep. Where's this trade route? From Calcutta, keep going to Lisbon. Agra. Well, Agra, you're about to get your workshops and right. I can definitely see that watching esports definitely would help with that. I suppose to some extent a lot of esports games that are or games that are used for esports I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. I mean, I'd watch it once in a while if I had not much else to do, but there are I can definitely see the definite benefits from watching esports. It's just not something that I found to be interesting to me, I think. Mostly because of the games not being, you know, exactly to my liking. Excuse me. Just go to the university in Agra. See, where's this trade route coming from? It's from Agra. Let us actually let's drop this trader down to Delhi and send a road to Amboise. Yep, gonna go to Delhi. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, like things like Total War and Civilization aren't played for esports, which I'm sad about, but you know, it's not too big of a deal. Um, there's StarCraft 2 as an esport or a strategy game esport, but I don't really like StarCraft all that much, unfortunately. Let's see, Chuncheon. What is a shame, Aristander? The fact that I don't like StarCraft 2, or there aren't that many strategy games for esports? Let's see. There isn't much to do here. Yeah, I'm sure a die-hard StarCraft fan will definitely argue like, no, StarCraft 2 is a strategy game with plenty of strategic thought. I found it to be way more tactical and more skill-based, or actions per minute based, so physical attributes more than intellectual attributes. But heck, maybe I'm just salty about StarCraft 2. Um, and yeah, it is a shame that Civ doesn't have a pro scene. I suppose that one of the reasons why it doesn't have a quote-unquote pro scene. Let's roll the commercial hub here, then a harbor there. I'm thinking. One of the reasons why I don't think Civ has a pro scene is that to some extent it could be a competitive game, but it's not designed to be a competitive game in its systems. There's a whole lot of randomness and, shall we say, uncompetitive systems to some extent, which I can't really fully articulate why Civ isn't fully or more of a pro level game. Yes, that is true. Games are inherently based on human decision making, and human decision making is in itself strategy. But some games obviously focus on that a bit more than other games. Like CSGO has an element of strategy, but there's a more emphasis on skill. Whereas Civilization 6, there's a lot more emphasis on intellect or decision making and whatnot, rather than pure clicky skill or actions per minute. You know? Let's see. Chuncheon. Let's just build the commercial hub. Here there isn't much to roll with. Okay. Let's keep going. $62 gold for 30 turns to make peace. This is the kind of peace treaty we're looking for. 62 gold, that's pretty good. What is this? I think they did a culture bomb here, if I'm not mistaken. So Embalon. The ironclads are primarily there to face off against enemy ships. Okay, excellent. Okay, so far we have a bit of a break right now from fighting against Spain. So we're gonna take the Huachas back to where they need to go. The tank shall return to Chenchan, but we'll prepare to attack Spain once again. Okay, Delhi, we're sending a trade route to Amboise to get a road going. Ah yes, Leonard Nimoy, may he rest in peace. That's part of the sort of immersive element of civilization, from what I understand. And that's one of the main appeals of Civilization 4, if I remember correctly. Let's see, no Ruhr Valley. Okay, no, we need a factory, that's why. Okay, so I think we're just doubling down on space construction, on science and whatnot. So military is the last thing that we're thinking about right now. Yes, Agra now has a workshop and a factory. Perfect. See, I think the Ruhr Valley is actually going to go to Gongju, probably. So, there's so much production here. Okay, okay. It's nice to know that there's a Russian narrator that someone likes for Civilization 5. Okay, when could we... Yes, sure. Let's go for an embassy with Mongolia. When can we declare a casus belli against Valladolid? There's War of Territorial Expansion. Let's see. Let's see. Casus belli. War of Territorial Expansion. Oh, I have to denounce this player. Well, we're gonna do that right now. Farm here. Ironclads can sort of keep around the border of Valladolid. And the workers here. 2 turns to get that, but we need plastics before we can get that oil. So I suppose we'll just roll with a farm here then. Alright. Ooh, there's some aluminum outside of Agra. Okay, that's cool. There's more aluminum than coal on this continent. Okay. Alright, I think at this point I'm actually going to end the live stream here. We're basically barreling down on the science victory condition. We're maximizing or basically beelining straight to rocketry, and then we're going to aim for all the different technologies necessary for the science victory. We're going to commission probably either Yangsan or Gongju to act as our um, what's its face, our spaceport, our main spaceport city, to produce all the components. And I then, yeah, okay, so next live stream for Civilization 6 is basically trying to end the game on a scientific note, basically. Okay, we're definitely going to live stream relatively soon, either tomorrow or Tuesday, and we're going to be playing Battle Brothers, which I'm really excited for. I haven't played that in a while. So, and we're going to continue our campaign there. So, if there's anyone new to the live stream, I thank you for joining me or following me. I hope you have a great morning, evening, day, night, wherever you're living. Aristander, thank you for a great chat and keeping company. I hope you enjoyed the commentary and, well, the content. And I will see you next time. Please don't forget to check out the links in the panels down below to my YouTube channel and social media, where I post updates and weekly videos, so you can see more content. So see you next time. Bye.